Hey Atlanta and our conscious global family, Seven Nanda Natural Foods Market, iJourneyTV, and AnythingVegan.com are joining forces to bring you Chat and Chew,
where we bring you the best of the best in who's who in health, wellness, and global enterprise. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm AHZJAH.
Welcome to Chat and Chew.
Ancient mysteries, hidden histories, fist blistering, hitting the brick system, never meant for me. No traditional medicinal dispensaries, just these chemicals keep killing those seeking redemption. Please know that healing has a code.
We have a guest today, Mr. Tebe Zalango. How are you?
It's a blessing to be here. Thank you for having me on.
Yes.
Right.
Tell us what the name Tebe Zalango means to you, and what does it mean?
The name Tebe means shield, protector, and life giver. Zalango is how I greet people as well. It means let us come together to co-create something beautiful out of love and truth.
And what language are those names from?
If you look at Tebe, it comes from the Butu language.
Okay. Awesome. So when did you start eating vegan, vegetarian? When did you change your lifestyle and why?
I studied a lot. 06 was my journey. I went 2005 listening to a lot of Dr. Lila Africa, a lot of different lecturers breaking down food. I practiced many fasts. So I went on a fast for like 26 days with just some water, first 10 days, juice right after that. Right after that transition, I became vegetarian. 2008, I cut out the eggs. Then staying on a mission. Just recently, just now, I went vegan. Because, I mean, the hardest thing for me to give up was pizza, because it was like doing shows late night and stuff like that. Pizza is always like a food that's always there late. So it was a challenge to overcome that, especially being on the road so much. But I was able to come through with, man, thanks to the Most High, gave me the strength to do it. So, man, we're here today.
Speaking of being on the road, you're traveling, you're doing shows, right? So Tebe is an artist, he's a violinist, a poet, a musician, I mean, just to name a few, and you'll see in the moment because we're going to bring you a sample of him playing violin. But when you're on the road traveling, you travel all across the United States, and you've also been to different countries in Africa with playing the violin and doing your work. How has it been for you maintaining a healthy, balanced lifestyle?
Man, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. I think one of the most difficult things for me is that sugar, man. That's like the number one enemy to the temple. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes you be late night thinking about, all right, it's 30 more miles to this rest stop. Or I could get an energy drink right now. And it's like, nah, I'm not trying to really mess with the energy drinks, but it's a challenge. That's the biggest challenge for me. Other than that, it's easy because I'm focused.
So he's one of my favorites too. You mentioned Dr. Lila Africa. He mentions, just so you all know out there, Atlanta and Conscious Global Family, that he mentions chickweed to help fight the cravings of sugar. Go ahead and look into that. So just, take that with you on the road. You can just put a few drops of tinctures of chickweed in your water and start doing that on a regular basis. Yeah.
So I think that's great, just to kind of touch on, it's a process, right? So it's never really fully mastered.
Exactly.
I mean, we can get there, but I think it's just great to hear the journey about it. So still working on, sugar was one for me too, and cheese. I mean, loving cheese. But just kind of working on the alternatives. And if there isn't an alternative, what else you can do. So just talk a little bit more about it in real time.
I mean, so one thing I learned through Dr. Lila Africa is the milk thistle, the dandelion root, and also I had experience working at a health store back home in Illinois, So it's like I've been able to see these herbs, put my hands on them, see what's help other people find them. And you know, the milk thistle and the dandelion root help rejuvenate liver cells. And you dealing with all kind of war on your liver just living in America. Just so many things, so many chemicals that your body has to get rid of. So keeping that on deck on the highway has been helpful. Drinking alkaline water, studying Dr. Sadie stepped me up like, yo, everything got to be alkaline. So if it don't say 7.2 on the bottle, I can't read that, I ain't buying that. Wow. And it's just moving like that. And then also trying to have positive vibrations. It's things you listen to, because everything vibrates. It's science. So what comes through your speakers, how it affects you. When I'm traveling, man, from coast to coast, I mean, that's a lot of hours. So having your mind in the right place is very important.
You truly live in the holistic.
Right. You're bringing it full balance. Like you're
Right.
really balancing like what you do, what you eat, how you think, your mind, body, spirit connection. So like speaking of what you listen to, you know, as an artist, music artist, tell us what you think we can do just as a community in music to bring these messages of health and wellness in the community and into the music.
I think it just starts with one step at a time. You know, there's some artists like Jadakiss, and he's up in New York,
Right.
got a juice bar out there.
Right.
You know, it's just promoting that. You know what I mean? Throwing some of that in the lyrics is important. So finding ways to just, you know, introduce ideas that could change our life for the better. Everybody's talking about rims and cars and material things, but what about land? What about growing food? You know what I mean? Just throwing those kind of messages in there and giving us something we can see consistently that could change our life. Because right now, everything we see is really, man, catered towards self-destruction.
So now you see why we had to have him on ChatNChew, right? Like this is heavy stuff. This is great.
So talk a little bit more about fitness and health and changes in your body that you've observed.
Well, I definitely noticed I stopped getting sick. Seasons change, I don't get sick. Being on the road, I try to be like at a Y or LA Fitness or Planet Fitness, something I can get in real quick. Just try to stay consistent, doing something there, sitting in a sauna or a steam room, 15 minutes, try to clear the pores out, but staying consistent with your exercise. I do Tai Chi sometime from park somewhere, or I mean, depending on the practitioner. I don't do yoga with just anybody, but yeah, I mean, if the vibe is cool, then I break down some yoga with people. But other than that, it's all about what you're willing to put in, you know, because life is like a garden. You're going to grow what you sow. So if you really want to get there, then put the action in, you know, one step at a time, you know, just plant a seed. Just like this conversation, watching this interview, it's a seed for thoughts. So just change your life one step at a time.
So we plant seeds and we get food.
Word.
Tell us about some of your favorite foods, your favorite vegan foods. Your journey thus far.
Ethiopian food is like some of my favorite food.
You know,
Kale.
Okay.
Kale's my favorite food.
Yeah.
The things you can do with kale, if I'm feeling something, kale will fix it. If I want to juice, like, you know what, I got this important interview. Let me go ahead and juice some kale with some apples and some cucumber and just make a quick juice real quick. But kale goes with a lot of different things, and that's number one.
Very good.
Yeah, everybody loves a kale.
But you know, I'm a tourist, so I have a lot of food that I like. So I don't want to take up the whole interview going down the list. Yeah, so I'm just gonna say kale right now.
You can take up the interview and whip out that violin though.
Definitely, I got you.
Yeah.
Choice are wealthy. The remedies are alkalinity, bring serenity and divinity. Blemishes in your limits, dis-ease, strengthen your discipline. Inflammation makes mucus. Your immune system is useless if your solution is pollution. Cells get no retribution.
I would love to just kind of hear, well, how were you introduced to violin? Why violin? You know, was it a spark? Did you see somebody was playing? You know, tell us about that.
When I was younger, like my mom used to always listen to the classical radio station. And I think I was like 4 years old. It was like Antonio Vivaldi on the radio. And it was the Four Seasons. And I believe it was spring. And I think the solo that the violinist played, it sounded so magical to me. I'm like, man, how they do that? Like, I want to do that. So By the time kindergarten came around, my mom put me in and wouldn't let me quit, no matter how hard I tried.
Wow.
So it was.
That's amazing.
So now here we are. I'm composing my own pieces now, and it just works like that.
Oh, beautiful.
Right.
So what's your process for composing?
Ideas come to me,
Yeah.
and when they come to me, they like if a song comes to me with like music or lyrics, I might record it on my phone or I might write it on my head because I'm driving on the highway. With the violin, is usually I just feel it. It tells me what to play, really, and it becomes the extension of the soul, really.
That's what a lot of great artists say. I just listen to the music, and the music kind of makes itself.
Yeah.
So we've listened to some of your lyrics, and they're really empowering. And you're obviously on that vibration of empowering and uplifting, and you put that in your music. So we just want to commend you for that, because you could be out here playing your violin and just talking about anything, but the manner in which your music speaks of just like enlightenment and self-care and awakened consciousness. So for those of you who haven't heard it, you can check them out. What's your Instagram?
Tebe Zalango, TebeZalango. So that's everything at Tebe Zalango. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and you can also check me out at zalangomusic.com.
Ask one last question. Where do you see, or would you like to see music go in the next, 5, 10, even 20 years?
I would like artists to be more responsible. I mean, the internet has made it so a lot of artists could be successful independently. So back in the day, it was like everybody trying to get the deal, catering to the deal, catering to what the record labels wanted to talk about. And we know that record labels own private prisons, so you know what they want you to talk about. So with the game changing with the internet and everything, more independent artists got more voices and more freedom. So I just challenge you to use your freedom in the right direction. Make some music to inspire change in the youth. Because these shorties out here, because I go in elementaries too, and these shorties out here, 5th grade, 4th grade, 6th grade, they know these rappers, they know the meanings of all the things. They know what a trap house is in 4th grade, but the teacher don't know. I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on. I understand it's a struggle, and we all coming from it, so I can't knock anybody getting money the only way they know how. I just want to encourage our future to be better with the vibrations that we put out and what we speak to our youth, because everybody listens to our music. And it's one thing to get successful off of saying things like make that thing clap, and then you take the money and donate it to a charity. But how many young girls is going to hear that song and transform their mind the opposite direction of being white? You want the shorties, the sisters to know what a wife is, but a lot of music is teaching our women what hoes are. And we just need a different direction. It's a shift. I say this all the time. One last time. No, I must say. I say this all the time.
Hey Atlanta and our Conscious Global family. We are back on ChatNChew and we're chatting it up. And of course today we've got some great snacks at 7
This
on.
is my favorite part of the show. Where
Is
we
it?
chew. Right?
Yeah.
So I love
Gotta
the chat.
chew.
But
Gotta
I love chat.
chew.
But I
Gotta
love
chew.
chat.
Chew.
But I
Gotta
love
chew.
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 Chat. But I
Gotta
love
chew.
chew.
So we got some featured snacks this afternoon that we're going to be chewing on. Kale crisps here with Super E. Sure. So let me go ahead and try it. I never
also
tried
have
this
one.
before. What do you got?
Yeah. Well, we'll try yours first. Try yours first.
You want to try it,
I'm
Tebe?
excited. Because you like kale, right? You said you like kale.
You know I do.
So,
you know I'm
kale
gonna have
chips.
to try the tail.
I've never had these. Kind of faint and subtle.
Really good with some hummus.
It's
Or like
good.
a wrap.
I like it.
Yeah.
How many forks do we give this?
How many forks? Yeah, stop by 7 Under and let us know how many forks you give these delicious
Kale crisps.
All right.
All right, what else?
My favorite 7 Under snacky
I do like this
is
one.
Earth Balance vegan cheddar kettle chips. Also, non-GMO project verified. So we have that on deck. So
Let's
guess
see.
first. So you mentioned also cheese.
Was one of the things you stay away from.
They perfected that.
Wow.
Can't even tell that's not real.
Really?
They perfected that. They did that right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely, I agree.
Okay, Earth Balance.
Vegan, gluten-free, non-GMO.
Yeah. You're on deck with you got lots of forks for that.
So plenty more snacks here at 7 Under, of course, but these are the two we're featuring today, so come on down and try them anytime you like. And be sure to tune into our next edition of Chat and Chew. I'm just signing off for this edition with Jasmine. Continued success to you, Tebe.
Thank you.
All right.
Here we are again, my darling. It's time for us to prepare the magic.
Look, the brain is electrical, and you blew a few fuses. Elevation is geometrical, it affects your whole mood. But we inhaling chemtrails with Flint, Michigan, and fake food. While they fracking to fracture the earth with a bruise to extract gases. Don't ask about the oceans and atmosphere. The facts is clear, and you wonder why natural disasters always happen here. Attackings will continue until morale improves. So I'm smacking you with the truth, get more out of your roots. Teach the youth that Dr. Sebi was curing AIDS back in the 80s. I said teach the youth that Dr. Sebi was curing AIDS back in the 80s.
What beautiful music and spoken word.
Yes, thank you for blessing Chat and Chew Atlanta and our global conscious family with those conscious sounds.
All praise to the Most High.
Keep doing what you do.
Thank you.
So if anyone else wants to find out more about what he does, again, you can hit him up on all social media at Tebe Zalango. And this right here, we're holding his t-shirt, which I'm sure you can find online as well. Tell us about the shirt real quick before we go on.
The shirt, as well as the CD, being in the Ziploc bag, because you know it's dope. You can just get at me directly. You know, 217-855-0080. We can talk about it. You can PayPal me or Cash App. I'll send the shirt and the CD to you directly, hands on. You know what I mean?
Nice.
All right.
All right.
Beautiful. Thank you. Peace, everybody.
Tebe Zalango.